Imagine waking up early, looking out the window, and feeling your stomach churn before your coffee is even ready. You wonder, is it just the weather changing, or is there something bigger going on inside you? If you've ever felt butterflies in your stomach for no reason, take a deep breath, because today we're going to uncover what's behind it, and, most importantly, how to put an end to this whole thing inside your stomach. Did you know that more than 70% of seniors experience digestive discomfort linked to anxiety? That's right, 7 out of 10 people over 60 experience this silent battle. It's not just in your head, nor is it a figment of time. It's a real symptom, as common as that smell of toasted bread in the morning. And if you think that only strong medicine can solve it, get ready. There are surprising and much kinder ways to treat your body. In this video, you'll discover why your stomach seems to get in knots on days of worry, how to recognize the signs that no one talks about, and, most importantly, practical strategies to get back that wonderful feeling of going for a walk without fear of getting sick along the way. No magic solutions or miraculous promises. Here, we will talk about possible attitudes that fit into your routine, really work, and can restore the pleasure of sitting at the table feeling hungry, not anxious. Why is this topic so important for those who are over 60? Because autonomy means freedom. And freedom is waking up without that tension in your shoulders, without fear of going out, working in the garden, or welcoming your grandchildren without having to run to the bathroom. Your body speaks, and understanding these signs is the first step to taking good care of it, like someone who takes care of an old garden, watering it early in the morning, removing the dead leaves, patiently waiting for the flowers. Anxiety, contrary to what many people think, does not choose time or place. And, look, it affects the stomach more than many people imagine. You know those mornings when all you want is a coffee with milk and cheese bread, but nausea hits first? It is not bad luck, nor is it something that nervous people do. It is the body asking for help, like a garden that needs attention after a storm. Now, take a deep breath with me. Feel the air coming in, letting it out slowly. It may seem silly, but this is the first step to changing everything. And since we're talking about gardens, remember the time when we watered plants with cut bottles, improvising with what we had at home. The same goes for our bodies. Small things, day after day, make a difference. In the next section, you'll learn the main causes of this suffocating feeling in your stomach and how to start turning things around, one tea and one breath at a time. Many people wonder why that strange feeling in the stomach keeps appearing in the mornings, or why their appetite disappears without warning. The truth is that in the silence of routine, these small disturbances begin to shape the day even before the coffee is ready. Now, imagine Mr. Carlos, 70 years old. He was always known among his friends for his easy laugh and the jokes that stole the show at Sunday lunches. But in the last few months, everything changed. Carlos started waking up with sweaty hands and a slight pressure on his chest. The smell of coffee that used to cheer him up now only reinforced the knot in his stomach. During breakfast, his cup clinked when he tried to hold it, a simple, almost imperceptible detail, but which revealed the discomfort that accompanied him. Little by little, the pleasure in the little things faded. Carlos avoided going out for walks in the square, worried about not feeling well away from home. The television was still on, but he barely paid attention to the news. The discomfort in his abdomen, that feeling that something was always out of place, began to dictate the rhythm of his days. Friends noticed that he was quieter, less willing to have lively conversations. The impact was evident. The autonomy he once had seemed a little more distant each morning. And for someone who had always prided himself on taking care of his own garden, feeling like a hostage to his own body was hard to admit. Interestingly, according to recent research, around 45% of elderly people report digestive symptoms directly linked to anxiety, even without realizing the connection between mind and body. This data is surprising, isn't it? After all, how many times have we heard someone say, It's just nerves, it'll soon pass. However, science has already proven that symptoms such as nausea, heartburn, or that heavy feeling in the stomach are not just a figment of the imagination. The technical term gut-brain axis describes this connection, but in simple terms, it is a constant dialogue between emotions and digestion. When emotions find no space or attention, the body responds with real and silent signals. Have you ever found yourself wondering if you were exaggerating when you noticed these discomforts? Or if it's just getting older? Maybe you've even laughed to yourself, remembering your mother's scoldings, who would say, "Boy, calm your stomach." But is that really all there is to it? The question remains as we continue to uncover what's behind these feelings and how small changes can transform this scenario. Have you ever heard that saying that anxiety at this stage of life is a temporary thing? You just have to wait for it to pass? This is the second belief we often encounter. It seems comforting to believe that everything will resolve itself. But the truth is that anxiety, when ignored, tends to take root deeper and deeper, just like that weed that grows hidden in the garden, and before we know it, it has already taken over the flower bed. Studies show that, without attention, these discomforts can persist for months or even years, affecting the quality of sleep, mood, and even appetite. It is not uncommon to hear someone say, "At first, I thought it was normal. Now it is part of my day." It is like leaving a hose leaking water in the garden. It seems harmless, but over time, the soil becomes soaked and the plants begin to feel it. Many are surprised to discover that anxiety does not only manifest itself when we are worried or in moments of tension. Contrary to what is generally thought, it can appear in small details of everyday life, even on seemingly calm days. For example, that feeling of butterflies in your stomach before breakfast, or your hands sweating slightly before going for a walk. The technical term for this is somatic symptom, which is nothing more than the body giving physical signals that something emotional is happening. Imagine a silent alarm. It doesn't make a sound, but it starts flashing lights around the garden. A slight nausea here, a tightness in the chest there. The benefit of recognizing these signs is that you can act before anxiety takes over your entire routine. Now, I want to invite you to think, have you ever felt any of these signs in your body and didn't understand why? Share in the comments how these symptoms appear in your daily life. This exchange can help many people realize that they are not alone. And of course, if you are enjoying this content, take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. This helps us to continue bringing valuable information for your well-being. Take a deep breath for a moment. Sometimes you need to take a break. Look at the garden calmly and notice the signs that, because they are so subtle, usually go unnoticed. After all, taking care of your mind and body is no different from taking care of the earth. Small daily actions make all the difference. In the next section, we will explore together some practical, simple, and effective solutions to cultivate more lightness and tranquility each day. And don't worry, promise of thorn-free gardening. What if you tried starting your day with a well-brewed cup of chamomile tea? You don't need to be an herbalist to notice the difference. Just add a tablespoon of dried chamomile flowers to 200 milliliters of boiling water. Cover and wait 5 minutes. Strain and drink while still warm, preferably before breakfast. This simple ritual can calm your stomach, help loosen a tight chest, and give you a smoother start to your day. The secret is to take your time. Sit down, take a deep breath, watch the steam rise, and, if you like, add a thin slice of apple for a touch of sweetness and extra aroma. Many people have found that this daily practice leaves their body feeling lighter and their head feeling less agitated, especially in old age, when anxiety often comes unannounced. Another useful strategy for breakfast is to include foods rich in tryptophan, such as a piece of cottage cheese or a serving of oatmeal. Tryptophan is an amino acid that helps in the production of serotonin, known as the feel-good hormone. Contrary to what you might think, there's no need for major changes. a tablespoon of oats mixed with yogurt makes a difference. This small adjustment can make you feel full, improve your mood, and help you sleep. One tip is to prepare a quick porridge the night before. Mix 3 tablespoons of oats, 150 milliliters of milk or plant-based drink, and a pinch of cinnamon. Cook over low heat for 4 minutes and stir until thickened. Serve warm and feel the comfort with each spoonful. And speaking of routine changes, it's curious how our inner garden responds to such simple gestures. Just as careful pruning renews the energy of old plants, small daily adjustments give vitality to the body and mind, even if, sometimes, you just want to go back to the way things always were. And speaking of adjustment, who has never caught themselves swapping bread for oats and finding their own effort funny? Anna, for example, always felt sick to her stomach before walks in the park. One day, she decided to try chamomile tea and oatmeal. At first, she found the taste strange, but soon she noticed a gentle warmth in her body and an unexpected calm in her breathing. Little by little, the discomfort gave way to a new lightness, almost like a ray of sunlight piercing the leaves of a well-tended garden. Have you tried any of these strategies, or do you have your own ritual to calm anxiety? Share your experiences. Sometimes a simple tip can change someone's day. In addition to the changes already mentioned, another practical solution that can make a difference is to create a time of day dedicated to deep breathing. Simply sit comfortably, close your eyes, and inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for another 4 seconds and exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeating this cycle 5 times, especially before meals or when you are restless, helps to calm your nervous system and, as an added bonus, can improve that feeling of an upset stomach. Small breaks like this, included in your routine, teach your body to relax and your mind to slow down, transforming even the most hectic days into lighter experiences. Another valuable element is the use of comfort foods that many of us associate with childhood or grandma's recipes. A practical example is baked banana with cinnamon. Cut a banana in half, sprinkle cinnamon and a drizzle of honey on top, and bake for 10 minutes. The aroma fills the house and reminds us of peaceful afternoons, bringing not only nutrients like tryptophan, but also an emotional comfort that only comfort food can provide. In Lucia's case, she decided to try guided breathing, along with the tea ritual and baked banana on afternoons when anxiety was getting the best of her. Within a few weeks, she noticed not only less discomfort in her stomach, but she also started enjoying her walks in the park again. One day, she felt the wind on her face and noticed that for the first time in months, she laughed out loud when talking to a friend. The smell of cinnamon in the kitchen, the soft warmth in her hands as she held the cup, everything seemed more alive and welcoming. Of course, obstacles appear. There are days when laziness wins or worry persists. At these times, it's worth remembering the wisdom that our parents and grandparents used to say, "Slow and steady wins the race." If you can't do everything, choose at least one step. Even just one ritual can change the rhythm of your day. To recap, paying attention to your body, adopting simple rituals, eating calmly, and reliving the flavor of memories are powerful tools for dealing with anxiety. How about challenging yourself this week to include one of these habits and sharing your results in the comments? If you liked it, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone special. Soon, I will bring you more tips for your well-being. Now, take a deep breath, close your eyes for a moment, and feel that, like a good cup of tea, your tranquility can be cultivated every day.